chapter 4. I got a question. Does God give us impossible commands? He gives us impossible commands if we try without Him. You know, it's good to be together as young men and women, the future of our world. Because God created the world, the first command He gave to mankind was to go out and to be fruitful. The title of the charge I've been given tonight is the Lord of the Harvest. Let's open our Bibles to John chapter 4. Does God give us impossible commands? He gives us impossible commands if we try without Him. And if it's been feeling impossible to do the things that God has called us to do, we got to make sure we're getting on the same page with God, because nothing is impossible with God. In John chapter 4, let's pick up here in verse 34. My food, said Jesus. It's going in and out later, right? No, we're about to get fed right now. My food, said Jesus, is to do the will of Him who sent me and to finish His work. Do you not say 4 months more and then the harvest? I tell you, open your eyes and look at the fields. They are ripe for harvest. Amen. You know, it's an amazing scene that we can picture is that Jesus had reached out to this woman. And was Jesus energized, or did Jesus have a long day after He reached out to this woman? The Bible says He was exhausted. He was tired. And He shared His faith. You know those long days on campus? You get those early morning prayers. And then you go and have class. And then you reach out to that one last person. And it's just like cold water to the body. Because they're so open. God been saving that person. That's what Jesus was. Jesus had shared His faith with this woman. And as time went on, Jesus now was with His disciples. And the disciples went and got some food. And it was about noon. And Jesus was sharing His faith on His lunch break. And the disciples went to go get food. And they came back and they had a little powwow right there, and Jesus told them that my food is to do the will of God. And at that moment, the disciples were probably thinking, well, I don't know if this is really popular place on campus right now. I don't know if everybody's really gotten over week 0 yet. I don't know if we should start sharing our faith right now. And they had a little powwow. And then all of a sudden, they would look up, and this woman who Jesus had shared with had been coming over maybe the hill with scores of people. Wow. And Jesus just, I picture Jesus arm in arm with the disciples. And just saying, look at the harvest. Wow. It is so ripe right now. Wow. And as you read on, they came and they heard the message, and they said that we now know that Jesus is the Savior of the world. Come on. You know, a couple things I pulled from here right now is that excitingly, we're about to start a new year in our campuses. Maybe this isn't your first year on your campus, but I'll tell you what, for about 6,000 people, it's their first time on your campus. It's the first time ever they're going to encounter an incredible disciple such as yourself. And the harvest is so ripe, even as we speak. You know, I picture scores of people, and Jesus just giving the disciples a little insight. He says, man, I'm hungry to preach the word right now. Amen. And He says the work's not done. Is the work done on your campus yet? No. Has everybody heard the word? No. They have not. There's 6,000 people. If you've got a school of 25,000, you got about 6,000 people coming in who are just thirsty and hungry for some spiritual nourishment. Come on. You know, I look at this, and Jesus says the harvest is ripe now. You know, it's so amazing. Last term at UCI, Jesus said here, He says to open your eyes. And if Jesus had to tell the disciples in the first century to open their eyes, we've got to be told to open our eyes in the 21st century. And it's so amazing because Shantae was having one of those days where she was tired like Jesus was tired. And Shantae opened her eyes and reached out to Patricia. got strong in her faith. Patricia would go to her work, and she started opening her eyes at work. And excitingly, less than 2 weeks ago, Patricia's co-worker, Misa, got baptized. Her co-worker Jen is here tonight as well. You know, the truth is our campuses are filled with Misas, Patricias, and Jens. Our dear sister Madi's birthday is tomorrow, and she was baptized. When you look at your campus, when you look at the scores of people coming over the hills, when you see the floods of people coming into your classrooms, when you see the student union packed and people waiting in line at Nectar and Wendy's and Baja Fresh and Wahoo's, my challenge to you is to look at those people and think the harvest is now, the harvest is right, and I've just got to open my eyes and look at the harvest and go pull it in for the Lord. Amen? Announcement I want to make. Look around. You're the harvest. That's it. You're the harvest. There's also a harvest that's right on your campus. And I know that the harvest on the campus that God is going to give us, Jesus is Lord of that harvest. And as long as Jesus is the Lord of this harvest, we will see an amazing campus ministry all throughout Los Angeles.
Something in common with the Bible. I love to have my life and have it measure up, and I read the scriptures and I go, I'm doing that! I'm proud! Today, we're going to talk about the lecture halls of Tyrannus. Turn me to Acts chapter 19. We're going to see that as a campus ministry, we actually have something in common with what Paul was doing. In verse 9, the Bible reads, but some of them became obstinate. They refused to believe and publicly maligned the way, so Paul left them. Amen. Hey, sometimes people don't listen to the Bible. We got to walk away and find those who are open. He took the disciples with him. At Bible Talks, we take the disciples with us. We go together. And have discussions, what? Daily. Bible Talk. In the lecture hall of Tyrannus. This went on for 2 years, so that all the Jews and Greeks who lived in the province of Asia heard the word of the Lord. Amen. We can agree, we hear a lot of different things out there, don't we? We hear a lot of Cardi B. We hear a lot about In-N-Out. On Sundays, I hear a lot about Chipotle. People trying to run out and go to Chipotle. But it's one thing to know that everybody in a province can hear about the word of God. You see, in the ministry, a lot of times we wear different hats. Sometimes we put on the preacher hat. You got to preach the word and address some things in your people. Sometimes you put on the teacher hat. Maybe you've gone to ICCM, you've gone to class, you've learned some things. You're studying the Bible with people, you're teaching people. But sometimes the hat that we often forget about that we need to wear is the fellowship hat. What do I mean by that? Fellowship hat, a.k.a. conversation hat, the talking hat. You know, it's funny, a lot of times we have Bible talks, and people think, oh, the Bible talk leaders got that. They're going to address everything. Brother's going to talk about that. Chris Lashley's here. We're okay. He's going to reach out to all the guys. That sister has that gift to talk to people. I'm more introverted. I can't do that. No. The Bible says that Paul took his disciples and they had daily discussions. We have to be great at fellowship, great at conversations, and great at engaging with people. When does it get awkward in conversations? When you're talking to someone and they talk a little too much. That one brother just keeps going and he's saying a lot of things, and you feel like you can't connect. You're like, man, can I get one word in? You know, maybe you're talking to somebody else, too much, you might need to tell them to allow you to speak, to share your heart. To the other person who decides you doesn't talk enough, you got to tell them to let their light shine. Yeah. And in Bible talk, we have to let our light shine. It's not just the leader, amen? It's all of us. It can't become Bible talk if no one talks. You got to take ownership. This is my Bible talk. I want to make sure that everyone hears the word on my campus. Let me tell you something. The job isn't finished until every single person has heard the word of God on our campus. But together we share this conviction by going after it as a family and encouraging everyone to do it. Every disciple is a leader. Thank you. I give you Alicia today.
Daily. Turn with me to Acts chapter 2. Verse 42, it says, they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. Amen. All the believers were together and had everything in common. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. What I just love about the scripture is that they were together. They loved each other. And when we're on campus together, we create a family. If we don't have families in our campus ministry, we don't have any homes to invite them into. And when we're fighting with our co-leader and we're trying to take over the Bible talk, people don't want that either. People don't want to come to your home when mom and dad are fighting. Like, no one wants to be in that environment. We need to work together. And as women, we need to stay in our lanes. We need to make sure that the women are taken care of. We need to make sure that even the visitors that come out to our Bible talk, no one leaves without a person talking to them. A woman needs to talk to them. Make sure no woman is left behind. And what's great is that when they do that, it says that the Lord added to their number. When we create family, the Lord adds to our number daily. Come on.
Acts chapter 5. If you're too slow, I might have to start, amen? You got any Bible scholars in here tonight? Amen when you get there. In Acts chapter 5, verse 12, it says, the apostles performed many miracles, signs, and wonders among the people. And all the believers used to meet together in the Solomon's colonnade. No one else dared join them, even though they were highly regarded by the people. Nevertheless, more and more men and women believed in the Lord and were added to their number. As a result, people brought the sick into the streets and laid them on the beds and mats, so that at least Peter's shadow might fall on some of them as he passed by. You know, we're going to talk about the importance of having a Solomon's colonnade. And I believe there's 3 reasons why. The first reason is that a Solomon colonnade creates a buzz. When there were miracles going on, when all these things were happening, when God dropped Ananias and Sapphira dead, people were like, oh my goodness, what kind of church is this? And so it goes and it shows that the colonnade, when they were performing miracles, people saw them. People took
that were going on. You know, sometimes when you're having your little Solomon's Colonnade, you got your nice food out for Bible talk. You got the games going on. You got those sisters that are just screaming and just laughing and having fun. But then you got Bible studies with the Bible open. And you know when the Bible open, people walk by and their heads turn. Is that it changed the environment that they were in. You know, the second thing that, the importance of a Solomon's Colonnade is that a Solomon's Colonnade creates reputation. In verse 13 it says, no one else dared join them, even though they were highly regarded by the people. So we understand that your Solomon's Colonnade is going to be full of disciples with integrity, with conviction, and that people know you're going to preach the word of God. Amen. The third thing that we see is that a Solomon's Colonnade creates miracles. Yes. In verse 15 it says, as a result, people brought the sick into the street and they laid them on the bed so that they can just be touched by Peter himself. When you have this type of atmosphere, when you create this presence on your campus, you're studying the Bible, people will become disciples and God will add to your number. Amen.
Mention Solomon's Colonnade. And it's mentioned 3 times in the New Testament. In John chapter 10, verse 23, in Acts chapter 3, verse 11, and in this passage right here, Acts chapter 5, verse 12. And when you read the context of what Solomon's Colonnade was all about, it's the place where Jesus went to teach and where all the apostles and the believers in the first century church hung out regularly. And so a Solomon's Colonnade must be a high populated location. Our Solomon's Colonnades on campus should be the spot where we hold our Bible discussions, should be where we have our discipling times, should be where we're studying for school, should be where we're eating and hanging out, and if it's quiet enough, we can have our Bible studies there as well. Sometimes it's too loud and it might be too distracting, but if not, we can have our Bible studies there as well. At the end of the day, people around and disciples as well should always know where they can find disciples on campus at a Solomon's Colonnade. I want to lift up Mike and Brittany Underhill. They created an amazing Solomon's Colonnade at USC at the What they did was they were to have these huge Bible discussions where they had excellent food. Mike would bring his propane stove and cook omelets. Come on! People never saw that. Like you walk down the campus and you see omelets. No one does that. So it would attract large crowds. So to create a Solomon's Colonnade, you must think outside the box to make your Solomon's Colonnade stand out. In John chapter 21, verses 5 through 6, it says, he called out to them, friends, haven't you any fish? No, they answered, he said. Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some. When they did, they were unable to haul the net in because the large number of fish. So another location where you can make your Solomon's Colonnade is in the dorms. I don't know if you thought about that, but it is a guaranteed fishing hole. And this is the best place to have warm contact because people live there. So when you meet someone that lives in the dorms, don't always go to the Solomon's Colonnade, but actually go into their dorms, into the common area and study the Bible with them. And also go into the dining hall and eat if you're able to. Our USC students just recently moved out of the dorms this year, so our goal this year is to have more dorm students and to create another Solomon's Colonnade in the dorms.
The presence of the Lord will be there, and you will increase in number. To God be the glory.
Charge
Come on, Joy.
And in Acts chapter 5, the context is that the apostles were just getting heavily persecuted. They were arrested, but then Gamaliel convinces the Sanhedrin to let them go. And we'll pick up in verse 4. It says his speech persuaded them. They called the apostles in and had them flogged. Then they ordered them not to speak in the name of Jesus and let them go. So imagine you just get persecuted, you just get arrested, and then you get flogged and beaten nearly to death. And then you get commanded, never speak in the name of Jesus again. Wow. I mean, what's the temptation there? Not to speak in the name of Jesus anymore. And yet what do they do in verse 41? The apostles left the Sanhedrin rejoicing because they've been counted worthy of suffering disgrace for the name day after day in the temple courts and from house to house. They never stopped teaching and proclaiming the good news that Jesus is the Christ. So they get persecuted, flogged nearly to death, and yet they leave rejoicing. How do you guys feel when you get persecuted? And then it says that they proclaim all the time. But where and when did they do it? Does it say that they did it Monday through Friday? Does it say that they did it only the days that they had class? Does it say that they did it only in the student union? Only on campus? It says they did it day after day from house to house. They did it every day and everywhere. Can I be honest with you guys? This is Congregational Campus Devo, man. I think that we may have some Monday through Friday disciples. I think that we may have some only in the student union sharing disciples. I dare say we may have some part-time disciples in the campus ministry. Let me ask you guys, do we have any full-time disciples in the house? Chapter 6, verse 1, it says, in those days when the number of disciples was increasing. Why was it increasing? Because they shared every day, everywhere. You want your Bible talk to grow? You want your campus to grow? You want your church to grow? You want to grow? Then you got to share every day, everywhere. And we have beautiful, amazing, incredible life here.
Scripture is so amazing because I find it crazy how the apostles are rejoicing after they're being persecuted. These guys just got jumped, you know what I mean? And they're rejoicing, but you know, I think that they had some valid reasons as to why they shouldn't keep speaking about Jesus. They got jumped, and they got commanded not to teach about him. What? Right? But they left rejoicing, and in verse 42 says that they never stopped teaching about Jesus. So you get to see that a little persecution here, maybe being dumped over there, you know, all of these things didn't stop them. But I want you ladies to ask yourself tonight, what stops you from sharing your faith? Is it your schedule? Is it school? Is it your family? Is it that you don't want to look weird in front of your interests? Amen. Her name is Angie Figueroa. Angie is like, oh man, she's a woman that I've never ever seen like before. She's a sharing machine. I was privileged to live with her and be on campus in Ohio with her at the Ohio State University every single day. And from the time we left the house, like, on our way to the bus stop, Angie would share her faith. At the bus stop, Angie would share her faith. On the bus, she would not stop. Off the bus, she didn't care who you were with, what you looked like. She would share her faith with you if you're eating food, if you have food in your mouth, if you're
bad you want it. Number 2, get a planner. What time you're going to be on campus, who you're going to go sharing with, because a lot of the time you come to find out that you have a lot more time than you think when you actually write it down. And then number 3, have fun. Play a game to go share your faith. It's awesome you can go share with 3 people who are wearing blue shoes, right? Maybe have a day where you choose a color that maybe you don't really see very often. Maybe orange. I don't know, 5 women who are wearing orange. But then the one that I think is really fun is to pick a day out of the week where you only share with people who are of another race. And that's right. So much diversity. But I believe that when you go share your faith like this every single day, God will give us much fruit.
Don't let a day go by this fall that you don't share your faith. Change your perspective. Don't just plan to go share as you go. And lastly, be fruitful by or have a visitor to the super service in 2 weeks' time. We love you. We got more.
The
This is because the salvation of the people on your campus depends on your faith. We need to see the urgency in seeking the Lord. Don't be fooled, guys. The harvest season will come, and it's going to go so quickly. If you don't get the seed out into the ground, the early rain is going to pass, and your fields will not be fruitful. Shower your campuses with righteousness. You just have to keep seeking after him. And verse 13, it says, when you depend on your own strength and your many warriors. You know, this semester, we are not going to be women who depend on our own talents, our own abilities, our own popularity, or on the number of disciples on our campus. We are only going to be capable of being fruitful when we depend on the strength of the Lord. People so that all of your fortresses will be devastated. You know, our fortresses are our campus. So see the urgency. Satan rules our campuses and has the perfect plan to devastate and destroy them. He has a campus campaign too. His campus campaign is so simple. It's just one thing. He just wants you guys to stay quiet.
For success. And I want you to imagine that all of the lessons you just learned tonight are in a cup. Alright? Do I still have you guys? Yes! Not too late, is it? I know y'all are up until at least 11 every night. All of the lessons you learned are in a cup. And that cup is right there in front of you, and it's up to you to drink the cup. Turn your Bibles over to Matthew chapter 20. In verse 20, it says, then the mother of Zebedee's sons came to Jesus with her sons, and kneeling down asked a favor of him. What is it you want? He asked. She said, grant that one of these two sons of mine may sit at your right and the other at your left in your kingdom. You don't know what you're asking, Jesus said to them. You know, Jesus has a funny way of making it clear to people what the agenda of the conversation is. Can you drink the cup I am going to drink? Now keep in mind, he's having a conversation with Mama Zebedee, right? And I want you to imagine that Mama Zebedee's coming to Jesus and says, can one of my boys sit at your right, one at your left? And Jesus says, you don't know what you're asking. Can you drink the cup? And at that moment, the two boys are right behind Mama Zebedee and they say, yeah, we can. And the other one on the other side, you bet. And these two men are just caught red-handed in their pursuit of wanting glory for themselves. You see, these two men, these sons of Zebedee, we know them from other instances. They're the two guys who wanted to commit genocide as Christians. If you don't recall, they are walking along the road and a town does not want to listen to the message. They turn over to Jesus and say, hey, can we call down fire on that town? And Jesus looks at them. Sermon on the Mount. Love your enemies. Ring a bell. Genocide. Bad. These two men started out as great disciples. They understood discipleship. But somewhere along the line,
became obvious to Jesus. And he uses this to expose that they wanted admiration. They wanted their own thrones. And in a very real way, as disciples, we can unfortunately get to the point that we want the throne more than Jesus. More than we want Jesus to be on the throne. And why Jesus starts with this question, can you drink the cup, is so powerful because in the NLT version, it actually goes even a little bit deeper. And it says, are you able to drink the bitter cup of suffering I am about to drink? See, we all know that Jesus is obviously making reference to the crucifixion that he's about to endure. And if we're to be honest, as 21st century Americans, we hate suffering. We make it our goal to stop suffering. We hate the suffering of going to the store and buying stuff that we invented Amazon. We hate the suffering of having to do this long, strenuous process called cooking food that we invented the drive-thru. And I'm sure you can come up with a whole bunch of other examples of how our society is built to help us escape suffering. And yet the call of a disciple is to embrace that suffering. What I want to convince you of tonight is not to just get your heart behind it. We're starting a campus campaign. And it bothers me so much. The East Region understands this concept. The heart, the mindset to get your heart behind it will only get you so far. It will eventually bubble up to the surface as it became clear for these two men, the sons of Zebedee. What I want you to do is go have your Gethsemane prayer to where you get your heart resolved and right before God and then take the cup of bitter suffering. Suffering, but it's learning what suffering for God truly means. Jesus actually gives us the answer. Jump down to verse 27. And whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. We've got to become servants for God. That is the challenge I have for all of us tonight. Are you going to be a servant this fall?
Come on, bro.
Are you going to lay down your life for your ministry? You know, embracing suffering is hard. I've got to lift up the most amazing woman that I know, and that's my wife, Margie. When we were married, actually we were engaged, right after I proposed to her, her first question to me is, do you want kids? And I'm just like, yes! But I did not expect that question so soon. And Margie just eagerly wanted to have a child. Within 6 months, we get pregnant because we're Mexican. Our first daughter, Lena, was born under Margie embracing the cup of suffering. Margie went through 40 hours of labor. That is embracing suffering. What we've got to ask ourselves is how many hours are we willing to go in order to build God's kingdom this semester? I give you my amazing wife, Margie.
Can I speak to the ladies? I love that the NLT says the cup of suffering, the bitter cup of suffering. And so, because the reality is that when you became a disciple, you said yes to drinking the cup of suffering. Now the question is, are you drinking the right cup? As women, we can drink many cups. We can drink the cup of bitterness, the cup of resentfulness, we can drink the cup of laziness, of selfishness.
Margie.
Yet I want your will to be done, not mine. And I love it because the greatest example is Jesus. Like, he's the greatest example that we can have. And I love that he allowed prayer to change his heart so that he could drink the right cup. And that's the cup of suffering. You know, and my next question is, are you willing to drink the cup of suffering? But my question is, are you willing to drink it with the right heart? And I think that's huge. Having the right heart is huge. And prayer does that to you. When you pray to God, your heart will change. And for you women that do have a hard time having the right heart, do not leave your prayer until your heart is changed. It's unfair to God, it's unfair to yourself, and the women that you're reaching out to. And so, I want to leave you guys with a couple of things. So I came up with an acronym for prayer. And so my acronym is like this. So the P is for pour out your heart. So pour out your heart as you pray. The R is revive your soul. The A is always be thankful. The Y is yield a positive heart and attitude. And the word yield means to produce, if you didn't know that.
That's right.
The E is expect the impossible.
Come on, Margie.
And R is realize God will answer you. And my challenge is for all the women that for the rest of the year, pray for 45 minutes every single day.
That's right, Mama.
That's the challenge that I'm giving myself, and that's what I expect you to do as well. We want to baptize incredible women for God. You know? We go after our prayer life. And my next challenge is just to build memories with your sisters through your prayer life. And some of my best memories are going to pray at midnight till 2 in the morning at the beach with my sisters. And I remember those prayers. So go build memories in incredible places through your prayer life. I love you.
As I said, there's a cup that's waiting for you. It's on your tables. And you've got to ask yourself, are you going to drink the cup? It's not the easiest cup. In fact, it is the hardest cup. It is that of living a righteous life in a crooked generation. And I love that we're doing the campus campaign. We've taught you the how. Now you've got to decide to do it yourself. We don't baptize babies. We don't baptize children. We baptize adults. And adults make decisions. They take the cup of suffering and they make the decision to go out to their campuses and make fall 2019 the greatest
because I knew he was going to do a remnant song for all of us old people. Very, very awesome. I want to also thank, in an incredible way, Blaze for the amazing prayer. Also tonight, I want to thank Brother Tim and Leanne Kernan. And then I want to thank the amazing AMS ministry. Great job with the Good Samaritan production. Let's give it up for AMS.
And what about our speakers tonight? I just got to recap some of the things that our speakers said. If you're not fired up about our speakers tonight, you can just go ahead and leave. Nobody better leave tonight. I thought Brian Carr did an amazing job. You see y'all are in the building. Brian says, when you're exhausted, can God still be exalted? God is saving someone for you. Are you going to find him? Are you hungry for fruit? Some of y'all haven't had fruit in a while, I can tell. I don't see no juice on your face. Some of y'all been eating dried fruit for a while. You're walking around eating dried prunes. You know, this fall on campus, I want to see some juice around your mouth. Juicy fruit. It's time to taste some fruit in the city of angels. My son came up here trying to preach. And my new daughter came up here trying to preach. He said, when I look at the Bible, I ask myself, am I doing that? Some of y'all look at the Bible and say, I ain't doing that. He said, they went to the campus. Am I doing that? He said, they take people with them. Am I doing that? What are you hearing? The word or the absurd? I didn't say it, my son said it. Are you hearing the word? Or are you listening to the absurd? You listening to Cardi B? People, right? You got some Nipsey Hussle and some... You listening to the word? Amen. Or are you listening to the absurd? Then Alicia came up here and said, stay, young lady. You're all in Tim's lane. My sisters, you're all in Leanne's lane. Some of y'all campus students, you in the singles lane. came up here. Talking about Solomon's colonnade. Acts chapter 5. Peter was so awesome, people saw his shadow. Can anyone see your shadow? If you ain't on campus, ain't nobody seeing your shadow. Can they see your shadow, or will there be 6 more weeks of winter on your campus? Where there's no fish. That means you're not fishing on campus. Let's go where the fish are. Let's go to the dorms. Let's go to the classroom. Let's go to the lecture halls. Let's fish where the fish are on our campus. The Gregories. When you get roughed up. Do you rejoice when you get roughed up? Some of us don't rejoice when we ain't getting roughed up. He said, never stop preaching. Then he said some of us are Monday to Friday Christians. I'll take that one step further. Some of us are CEO Christians. You're a Christian on Christmas and Easter only. You're my CEO Christians. And Karen said, you gotta fast, or you gotta pray, and you gotta fast. If you want to see God work. Talk about it. And she said, be careful, don't confuse pray and fast with say and fast food. Some of us say we're going to pray. Some of us say we're going to fast. But we're going to have us some fast food. The English. They shared that some is not enough for God. Some can't be our standard. I say maybe he's plenty. He said break your own ground. Some of us need to go on our campuses this fall and just start breaking up some ground. Oh yeah. Sean, where's Sean? much was that Satan has a campus campaign. Let's make sure our campaign defeats Satan's campaign. Talking about Jesus' disciples and James and John's mother. You tell your mama to sit down. Your mama will get you in trouble. You see, your mama will make you want the throne more than you want Jesus. So nice in person. Why did you ask us, are you drinking the right cup? Some of us drink a cup of bitterness. Some of us drink a cup of laziness. Some of us drink a cup of whatever. With what you drink. The only cup that's worthy to grace your lips as a disciple is the cup of Jesus. Throughout the fall, someone said we got to take care of each other. Let's check each other's cups. All fall long. Walk on up to a brother every week. Let me look at your cup, bro. Go ahead and turn in your Holy Scriptures to Acts chapter 2. Give it up for all 6 of our amazing in Acts chapter 2. The Holy Scriptures read, then Peter stood up with the 11. I say, then Tim stood up with the region leaders. He raised his voice during the welcome and addressed this crowd. Fellow students, and all of you who live in Los Angeles, let me explain something to you. Listen carefully to what Tim has to say. These students in this hall are not drunk, as the world might suppose. It's only 9:30 in the evening on a Friday night. No, this is what was spoken by Joel the prophet. In the last days, God says, I will pour out my spirit on all people. The sons and daughters of the City of Angels Church will prophesy. The young campus men, the young campus women will see visions. Haven't we seen visions tonight about what God can do? And I appreciate so much the vision that Blaze gave us to see 100 students baptized in the Spirit. Your old men, Tony and Michael, will dream.
Let's go, Michael.
Our shepherds are dreaming of the day we have hundreds and hundreds of students open their house for hospitality.
Let's go, RD.
That's right. Even on my intern, pour out my Spirit this fall. Come on. I believe God is going to pour out His Spirit on us this fall in ways we've never seen. You're going to prophesy. You're going to talk to people about what Jesus has done in your life. And they will be baptized. That God will show wonders in the heavens above and signs on the campuses below. The sun will be turned to darkness, the moon to blood. God's going to bring some dark times into people's lives so that when you meet them, they're ready to study. There'll be blood. The blood of Jesus is going to be poured out into people's lives this week. There will be fire. There's going to be the fire of your word preaching the gospel. There will be some smoke. We're going to set these campuses ablaze. He says, before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. It's not too late yet for our college students. You know, we may not have another fall left. I want you to understand that this is the last fall of the decade. How are we going to go out? How are we going to go out on our campuses? This is the last fall. We'll be going into 2020. Before the coming of the great and glorious day, it's not too late for the 100,000 of students that are going to come on our campus. That's why we need this campaign. Next time we have a meeting like this, we shouldn't be able to fit in here. Right, bro. Come on. This is our last time being in here. And glorious day of the Lord. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. Are we ready for people to call on the name of the Lord this fall and be saved? Sing your anthem. I see all of our new brothers and sisters. Let's make God proud this last fall of this decade, and to God be the glory.